Hey you guys, first of all, I'm sorry if the lighting's a little bit off. It is not sunny at all today. It's very, very gray, but I actually got to leave the house today. Mind you, I took my mom to a doctor's appointment and sat in the car for a couple hours. But honestly, that was the most time I've had out of the house in a while, so it was very, very nice. I actually got to drive my car. That was wonderful. I did have makeup on earlier, but I literally just took it all off because I want to show you guys how I did this look, because I think it is perfect for a cozy at-home Valentine's Day look, because that's how I'm spending Valentine's Day this year. We are going to be at home. We really don't have any plans yet, but it will most likely involve Fred mozzarella sticks and K-dramas, because that's just how we do things. But today I'm using the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. I wanted to go with a palette that a lot of you probably already have, because I know a lot of us aren't buying a ton of makeup right now, so I wanted to go with something a little bit older, a bit more of a classic. Plus, she is just beautiful and she doesn't get nearly enough attention. So we're going to give her some love today. So, because I'm working with Anastasia shadows, I'm going to do my eyes first, because they do like to have some fallout, but they're worth it. They're beautiful, beautiful shadows. So, we're going in with our Urban Decay Primer Potion. When I was originally thinking up a look to do for Valentine's Day, I automatically went like pink, glitter, super bright. I don't know about you guys, but when I'm wearing sweatpants, like 90% of the time, I don't really feel like putting glitter on my eyes, because, you know, then you have to take it off and then it gets everywhere and then it gets all over your desk, and it's a mess. I didn't feel like dealing with glitter, so we are not. Instead, we're going to grab a big fluffy brush and go into Tempera. Of course, you can use any palette you have that has nice, warm, pinky red tones. This just happens to be the one that I chose to use today. So I'm putting Tempera all over my upper lid, under brow bone area. I'm taking a smaller brush. Where is it? Where'd it go? There. I actually ought to wipe this off really quick because I used it this morning and hadn't cleaned it yet. Okay, anyway, this is the Morphe M506. This thing is my baby. It is my favorite eye brush. So now I'm going into Warm Taupe. And I'm just patting that right where you can feel the brow bone. Just building that up in that area, and then we're just going to fade that out. This is kind of like our base color. Because my eyes tend to turn down at the corners a bit, I like to pull some lift with them by putting my colors on the outside of my eye quite high up. That helps a little bit. There's a bunch of other tricks you can do too, but that one's kind of my favorite and it's one of the easiest. So I'm just doing the same on the other side. There we go. And same brush. And now we're going into Love Letter. This is the brightest pink in this whole palette, and I love it. It's beautiful. We are putting Love Letter just below where we put Warm Taupe. So we're just patting it in there and then working it into the crease like this. Just really softly, really gently with your brush. Now I'm going to mix Love Letter and Venetian Red and pack that on that outer corner. Yes, you are probably going to get fallout. It happens. So I just pack that right on that outer corner and feather it a little bit. Kind of looks like a mess out there. That's okay, we can fix that. Wipe off your brush and just tiny little circles. Just feather that out really softly. If it starts getting a bit too overblown, like if it looks a little, whoa, then just take a tissue or wet wipe and clean it up. So that's what we've got going on. Now this is a little dramatic. You could do it smaller and softer if you wanted. Just don't pull the wing out quite as far. And the best way to blend, if you're really working that corner out, but you don't want it to go this way, just kind of place and pull your brush. If you kind of tend to be a bit of a mess when you blend shadows like I do, that place and pull technique really, really helps keep everything from like flying all over. Going to wipe off that exact same brush. I just keep like a tissue or a paper towel or a washcloth or something nearby. So now I'm going into Primavera, which is the second shadow on this palette I've hit pan on, and I am putting this on the inner third of my eye. I love this palette. I've used this one so much. I think this is probably one of the only palettes I've actually hit pan on. That says a lot. And then I'm taking the same brush and going into Bonfresco and just patting that in the middle, just to give a really nice blend between the two shades, soften it up a little bit. If it feels like it's getting too dark up in here, you can always take your big fluffy brush and grab some more tempera and just softly go over it to blend it a bit more and really just tone it down. But then you end up with this really, really nice, pulled, pinky, purpley, pretty look. Like, I think it's just so, so pretty. Okay, now I'm going to curl my lashes really quick. This is a no falsies kind of look because I do not put on false lashes when I'm staying home. Like, to me, if I'm not going outside, it's kind of a waste of false lashes. I do reuse my lashes a ton, but I'm like, I don't want to deal with the glue and taking all that off. They're nice and curled, so they'll fall a little bit, but not too much while I do the eyeliner. So my favorite liner to use is this. It's a Stila Stay All Day waterproof, but mine just ran out this morning, so I had to grab my only backup black liner, and that's a sample of the KVD tattoo liner. I got this in a sample like a year ago, and I have it as backup. So that's what we're using until I can buy some new liner. What is your favorite black liquid liner? I will probably buy more Stila, but if anyone has a suggestion from a different company that they love, let me know. So I'm just doing a thin line starting about at the middle of my eye. And then I'm just doing a tiny, okay, well, it was going to be a tiny baby wing. We're doing a mid-size wing. This is the eye I always have trouble with. Ooh, look at that. I actually got them somewhat even. Yes. Okay. So get that drying for a second. And we're going to grab our mascara. Here we go. I'm using this as the Wet n Wild Big Papa mascara. I actually have a review I did on this that is coming out, I think, on Sunday. I filmed a little review, like an all-face drugstore look. But when I was playing videos, I was like, wait a minute. If I put that video out first, then this look would come out like on Valentine's Day, and that would be a bit too late. So anyway, really do like this mascara though. See, this stuff is awesome. You really don't need false lashes with it. And apparently it also likes to get in my hair. Okay, anyway, that is done. Now I'm looking a little crazy because the rest of my face isn't done. So let's go ahead and do foundation real quick. My skin's been very, very dry. So I'm going in with the Smashbox Faux Finish Primer, partly because I'm hoping it will help my skin look less dry. and partly because I have like 8,000 samples of this stuff from back when Sephora Playbox was a thing, and I kind of want to use them up because it's not my favorite primer. It's really good, but it's not my favorite. My skin's getting so pink so fast. Oh my gosh. Okay, and then for foundation, I'm just grabbing my Anastasia foundation. I use the shade 200W. And I'm using a beauty sponge with this today. This is the Real Techniques Miracle Sponge. It's the glittery one. The one with all the sparkles in it. I do not, I like the sponge itself, but I don't recommend getting the one with the sparkles in it because they do come out of the sponge and they do end up going all over your face. So I will occasionally end up with like a sparkle on my face where I was not supposed to have a sparkle on my face. Oh my gosh, if you guys can hear that, I'm sorry. My neighbors fail to recognize that there are other people who live in the neighborhood who do not want to hear the bass in their car like 24/7. They will just like sit in the driveway and blast music in their car, and it drives me crazy. Reason number 678, why I cannot wait to move. Oh, yay, they stopped, I think. Either that or the song switching, I can't tell. Okay, now let's get something on these dark circles. These are bad lately. I'm using the NARS Creamy Concealer in the shade Vanilla. We're popping that on the inner corners and those outer edges. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to do a face mask tonight. You probably can't tell with the lights, but my skin is like stupid dry right now. I love winter. Okay, so foundation's on, concealer's on. Let's go ahead and let that sit while we do eyebrows real quick. I'm using my Anastasia Dip Brow in taupe. And hopefully I can do this with a much lighter hand than I did it this morning because my brows were looking a little too dark this morning. Let's see if I can manage to do this without having to brush out like 99% of the product. Oh, okay, that's better. Yay! And that is the difference between doing your makeup when you're tired and doing your makeup when you're still tired, but slightly more awake. My hair's driving me crazy today. This is actually second day hair. Do you see how curly this was? Yesterday I used a teensy barreled iron to curl my hair. And I actually had to go over it with the flat iron when it was done because it looked a little too Bridgerton, like in a bad way. It was very overly curled. All right, and I'm going to be setting this with some brow gel. I'm using the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. I swear this stuff does not die. This is one of those products that once you buy it, you'll like have it for at least 2 to 3 years if you don't use it daily. My brow is still looking a little funky. It's not too bad. Me and my eyebrows have been arguing lately, you guys. Like, it's just been bad. We have not been getting along. So for blush today, I'm going slightly pinkier. I'm using Tarte's Fearless. I've realized that every single blush I own is from Tarte. I love their blushes so much. So I'm just patting this on and building it up. I'm just going to take a tiny bit of this and run it over my nose too. And now we're going to go back into our palette. And I'm grabbing my little flat definer shady brush. I'm grabbing Primavera again. That's our highlight shade. Just popping a tiny bit right under that tear duct. And then I'm going to grab a tiny bit of warm taupe, just a little bit, to put right on that lower lash line. I don't want to bring anything down too far. I don't want to make this look any more dramatic than it already is. I just want to add a little bit of definition to the lower lids so they kind of pop and don't really disappear. Okay, we're pretty much done with the look. Now, you have an option. You can either go for soft pinky gloss, like I really like the Clinique Pop Glosses and Rosewater Pop. That one's beautiful. I also like the Sephora glosses, are incredible. Or you can do a bright red lip, and for that I really like the Kylie Cosmetics Mary Jo K. This is beautiful. I was thinking of red lip with this, but actually, hold on. Ooh, okay, let's stick with something slightly more affordable and let's go drugstore. I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit in the shade Give Me Mocha. This is a really pretty, like, chocolatey pink color. It's not overpowering. It's not overtly pinky. And as far as a liquid lip, this isn't super drying. Now, you don't need a lip liner with this at all, but if you want to use one, I like using something like the Candy K lip liner. It's a little bit lighter, but if you just keep it right on top of the lipstick and just kind of use it to smooth out those edges, it works really well. All right, you guys, here is the final look. It's kind of hard in this light to tell how pretty this look really is, but it's really soft, it's really pretty. It's really pinky and romantic without going like overly super bright pink, because sometimes you want to go really bright pink and other times it's like, it's a little too much, let's pull back, let's do something more subtle. This is dramatic, but this coloring is more subtle and softer. Anyway, I hope that you guys like this tutorial. I hope it was something a little bit different from the 800,000 other pink Valentine's Day makeup looks. Who am I kidding? This is very similar to the 800,000 other pink makeup looks. I hope that you guys like this look. If you do, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it, and it really helps support my channel. If you're new here, hi, we're so happy to have you here. Please make sure before you go or go on to watch whatever video you're watching next, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every Wednesday and Sunday, and I would love to have you here. You guys can also keep up with me on Twitter and Instagram, and the links for those are down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you again very, very soon. Bye.